Test, test. All right, it looks like my microphone is on and we are live. I want to start by telling you guys thank you for having me. I want to thank Alec Peters and the crew. They've been putting a lot of trust in me. Let me go ahead and cut this sound a little bit. We're gonna chill out to some Doom music, and we are going to get started here in just a few. We're going to start. Basically, we're going to be recreating some things for Alec and the donors. The donors are getting some love today, so we're going to let a few more people get in here really quick, and we'll get started. If you're not sure what's going on, I'll fill you in just a second. Things going here. I'd make sure to keep the StreamYard chat up so I can see everybody. Moving things around on my desktop just a little bit. All right, I won't make you guys wait any longer. I'm kind of antsy as well. So back in the day, about 2014, 2015 or so, I started working with Alec. He didn't really know who I was. I was on Facebook. I don't have Facebook now, but I was on Facebook, and Prelude was hot. It was looking good. Everything was looking, professional, like everything that has been produced so far. And I got really excited about Axonar. So excited. Rewind that a little bit. So excited that I started just throwing myself out there doing creative projects that I wasn't even really asked to do. Alec was looking for contributors to the art department. He was looking for contributors to set design and production design. And I'm kind of creative, but I didn't really know where to apply myself the most to get the most use. And so Alec and I just started kind of, through iteration of several different projects, starting with one was the prelude to Axonar Blu-ray inside cover. When you fold that open, I had actually set that up and won the competition. I think it was a competition that the team had going at the time. And so the inside fold of the Blu-ray cover just under the disc is my first piece of artwork that was included, and it's kicked off this journey. And since then, I've kind of been behind the scenes, doing a lot of the technical heavy lifting, trying to keep our website up and going. I know Alec and the team does a really good job of keeping you guys updated on content. I'm kind of far from that, so if you're here looking for spoilers or secrets about production or anything like that, you should probably turn this off now, because I'm not hip to the latest, and I don't spoil things. So what I'm going to be doing today instead is resurrecting, or we've been, it's not starting today. I've been in this resurrection stage for the last couple of months with the Axonar Donors website. And the Axonar Donors website, originally, spare all the details, was created, and it tracks all of the donors up into, I don't know when the cutoff point was for all of the campaigns, but basically anybody that was donated and had all their information in there. It's got the addresses for, shipping your perks out and that sort of stuff, tracking and all of those things. That was, kind of tossed by the wayside because we were, under pressure from outside forces, and you guys know the rest of, if you're in the Axonar fan base. And so, and it kind of left our donor database high and dry. And so I told Alec that I would take over and try to rebuild it. It was done once with Laravel and Artisan. It looked pretty nice and everything, and it worked fairly well. I tested it a few times, but recently it's just been kind of one of those things where those softwares are they're out of date. They need to be updated. And so I thought, at this point, it's got several years on it, and it might just be as easy to port the raw information over to a system that I'm familiar with, rather than a system that I wasn't familiar with and trying to rebuild that. My system that I'm familiar with of choice, the Poison, is Drupal. I use it as a backend. I've also been a enterprise grade front-end developer, tech lead, and architect for Protivity.com. Protivity.com used component-based design. I was one of the lead architects there in their data structure and content structure of their website. If you're curious, I'll pull that up here. Let's this is Protivity.com. It's nothing fancy as far as like science fiction or any of the industries that we're working in today, but it's a good site, and it got my professional teeth sunk in. I got a bite on, being in that corporate world for a while, and so everything on this site from top to bottom was drawn out and then sliced up manually into pieces and then assembled. So this is not like some theme that you can just go get off the shelf from WordPress. It's not even a WordPress website. This is a Drupal website. So anyway, that's kind of a brief history of what I do. So I basically like coding. I've been developing since I was, I don't know, single digits. Cliche Commodore 64, Tandy 1000. I have an IBM 5150 PC from 1981. So I'm kind of into retro computing and nerdy stuff in general, and just thought it would be a good fit to help Alec and the crew with this project. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Let me just 1 second for that message. I'll go ahead and kind of show you what we're working with. If you'll notice, let me switch to a different view really quick. You can see my code editor. code editor here I'm using is called Windsurf by Codium, and it is infused with just about any large language model that you would like to try. I've been leaning on Claude Sonnet with thinking lately. There's some new options in here that I don't know how well they work, but I've been kind of trying them. And then I was happy to see that Grok 3 is in beta as well for this app, and so I've been using it a lot today. Just kind of give you an overview of where we are with this. Let me back up just a little bit. I feel like I've been talking a lot, but giving you kind of an intro and my explanation on what we're doing. Setup and, well, let's see. Okay, so lack of a better term, anybody that donated, let me back up just a little bit. Anybody that donated to any of our campaigns, we wanted to track that and keep that up to date. And for several years we did, and the project got passed around, and obviously I'm using it now. And so what I've done is gone out of my way, instead of just recreating that project by itself, which was limited in scope and only kept up with donation tracking, I've decided to put my efforts with Alex and his crew. And so Alec and his crew, having the necessity to crowdfund and get perks out to people and all of that, rather than having to rely on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or any of those kind of top shelf crowdfunding things, Alex started looking at doing crowdfunding on his own. And there were a few plugins that we explored with WordPress. But when you're dealing with WordPress, instead of custom development, you get eat up with fees. So your monthly subscriptions seem to pile up every time you want to do a new plugin or add a new functionality to the website. So that's when I decided to build a kind of one-size-fits-all Drupal-based backend that manages e-commerce, that manages shipping estimates, like if you were to get estimates from the United States Postal Service or FedEx or whatever APIs available there. We want to integrate some tax calculations where necessary for sales tax. We want to integrate all of the things that we would normally be using some other service for to fulfill. We're bringing that in-house. And what that means is anybody that has been given donation or has given donations or has contributed in some way as a perk and is waiting on a perk, you're going to be able to log in to your account and manage it and do more than manage it. You'll actually be, it's going to be more like part of a club. You'll be part of the Axonar team on the website and be able to interact with the website in a way that you've already been doing on axonar.com. We're just looking at extending some of the features for donors and everybody's been waiting on this. And so we have all the data, we have all of the people, all the donors in a list. And so basically I'm importing them, creating the basic MVP functionality for that, and then extending from there. And since it's going to be a user-based, a user login-based action necessary anyway, that's what we need, basically, is for you guys to be able to manage and update your addresses. I thought that there's no better way to do this than to rely on the enterprise level expertise that I have gained over the years working with Drupal, whether it be for integration with enterprise resource management systems or customer relation management systems. I'm just really familiar with the API and being able to store data semantically and securely behind, kind of a paywall, so to speak, not a paywall, but a membership wall for Axonar users. And it's just going to give us a home where we can kind of work together. People can share ideas. The sky's the limit. Right now, really though, the MVP is just getting the donors happy and up to speed on where they are with everything with fulfillment. And so that brings us to why we're doing Drupal and Metal. I'm a Drupal developer, obviously. I listen to a lot of different kind of music, but generally when I'm writing code, I don't know if I trained myself this way as a young man, but video game soundtracks kind of do the trick. And I kind of like the doom and gloom of the Doom franchise outside of listening to the fanfare and classics of Star Trek's wonderful score and soundtrack selection. I just kind of thought it'd be something fun to get on here and rip and tear our way through this and listen to a few Doom tunes along the way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and run this command. I'll tell you guys what we're doing in here. Basically, I've been trying to create demo landing page content that allows us to kind of have a turnkey version of a website that's got, boilerplate filler content already there, so that when you install this for the first time, you're not confused. You're not looking at a blank slate. You kind of have some idea of what a campaign should look like and how it should be built. You'll have an idea of what it looks like to log in and manage your account, what it looks like to log in and download a digital file that is maybe a digital perk or a digital product that you purchase from the e-commerce store. So things like that are what we're going to be ripping through today. And just for demo right now, I'm trying to set up a basic landing page that is resembling something like Kickstarter. And so I've been working on that this morning. And then I've been also working on the campaign components that go along with that, as well as the different fields of data that I need to integrate from the database into the front end of this project. So I'm going to go ahead and if you're lost completely here, and you're scared of the command line, or you don't know what DDEV is or any of this, it's okay. It's cool. We're just here to. This is called the cool kids call it vibe coding. I call it rage coding because these AI machines tend to screw up a lot and make me rage. So we're going to go ahead and let this run. Basically, it's going to enable my demo landing content module. Go ahead and accept that. We'll see if it'll enable. Looks like it's installed. Sorry, got a message. All right, so now what we're doing is I've actually created a migration script for landing the demo landing page, or something, sorry, landing page demo content. We're basically trying to get it to take all of the stuff that's in this YAML file here and create example content in our website based on parsed data from a YAML file, instead of going and using the UI in Drupal. Basically, I've been creating YAML files like this to stop or kind of complete. Sorry, I'm distracted there. I've been writing these component files in YAML because this is a configuration file, and with a configuration file, I can import this with a module, and that module is going to go ahead and create and fill in all of the data fields for me with not junk data, but just placeholder data. Well, this is basically, I'm just creating a little script to fill in placeholder data. Looks like it ignored it. Oh, my dog's barking. All right, now let's see if it'll reinstall. Okay. Let's see if that's working. Placeholder must have a trailing square bracket. All right. Let's see if we can get this right this ship. It's deleting all of the old configurations and reinstalling our landing page content module that we created earlier, which should also, hopefully this will allow us to migrate cleanly. Entity generate. Direct entity creation. Updating. Okay, that makes sense. Paragraphs are really entities anyway, or nodes. They're just being called inside of nodes. Or there's So basically what it's saying here is it's going to create a separate migration for the paragraphs and do them first, and then use the node migration to include those paragraphs, which makes sense. Hey, it stopped. We got it installed. Now we just got to see. Let's try DDEV Drush cache rebuild CR. That's good. All right. Let's see if the website will come up. Let me switch my views and you guys can see what it looks like in the browser. Okay, not much to look at, but it's not broken, so that's a good thing. Basic page. No. Kickstarter-ish. So we're going to call this page title for now, because we're just trying to see if we can add some components that we created earlier. Let's see, we've got content, media, other, okay. Don't see any of our new product group in. It doesn't have anything. Okay, so our components are still kind of bare on the Drupal side. It's not a big deal. I'll go ahead and remove this one. Let's see if any of them work. I know these work. These all came from DrupalX. We are actually extending DrupalX, so we'll go ahead. Store banner would work. Okay. Drupal. I'm just going to put a stub here now for the URL. We don't need a URL right now, but don't see my button yet. Just goes to the front page. Okay. Cool. So we got this. It's ugly, but we got it. We can have our login screen. We can add some other components down the page. We'll make this title go away and we don't show it on this page. But yeah, guys, starting to shape up. I'm going to try to add some more components to it. We've got a little bit of time left, about 30 minutes before we shut this thing down. But let's keep on with Kickstarter-ish for Alec and the crew. And let's get this thing going. All right. DDev Drush, PM, okay, we've enabled that. We got all that in there. That seemed to work. Let's take a look. I'm going to tell it to look through all the stories that we have. I think we should have like tons of them. This one, commerce store components, commerce paragraphs. Those are custom modules. Okay. So our GraphQL here is showing how we actually made that. Store banner fields and paragraph store banner, the background image and the URL and alt. You got call to action, which is this button here. Neat. Okay. Right on. All right. Let's we're going to go ahead and look inside the web folder here. Oh. Well, what's that part? GraphQL. GraphQL. Okay, so what we're doing, let me tell you guys what we're doing. I'm going to tell this stupid robot to look at our custom theme and look at our GraphQL folder, which holds all the fragments that connect our theme to our backend. So I'm basically telling it, go through and look and see how many components we have. Do they have stories? Do they have config? And if they do, I want to iterate on those and create the GraphQL appropriate scripts for them so that they work in our theme. And basically what I have to do that is in the store banner GraphQL file that we're in right here is an example of a few of them. I'm trying to figure out where the contrib file has its GraphQL. Sure. I'm not sure. Let's see what this does. Ripping and tearing. Rage code. doing what we want. Awesome. Oh, wait. We'll play Immortal Imperium. Some Warhammer enthused music from my homeboy Alec. I think I broke it. This is how you get Skynet. I just pissed the machine off. There you go. Alright guys, we're nearing 15 minutes till the end of the show. I know it hasn't been much of a show, it's been kind of a jam for me, but as we get going, we'll really be able to see a lot of this stuff to come together. Let's see what I got here. Alright, created a mini cart. Cool. Color summary. Cool. All right, let's see what we got here. Backer stats, reward tiers. Nice. Let's spin up the storybook and see if it works. Well, guys, we got a storybook to check out. Backer list, campaign cards, campaign stats, comment section, pledge form, a progress bar, a rewards tier. Okay, cool. Okay. Nice. Working. Good deal. Good deal. Good. Perfect. That might be a good place to stop. We got things organized. Um, so let's continue. Let's keep going. Excuse me.
In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace.
Damn it. This is why we call it rage coding. I mean, I could probably fix this, but I want the computer to fix it. Perfect. Maybe we're onto something here with HTML. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Fuck yeah. Excuse my language. I like the F word a lot sometimes. It's gonna be a more than an hour, 60-minute episode. We're kicking ass now. Hey, there we go. Got an image now. Very cool. Very, very cool. Very cool. All right, let's work on the reward tier. All right. Now we're talking. Hell yeah, bro. Hey, I'm sorry. You guys said I was muted. I didn't know that. All right, we've got featured products up. Let me make sure I can be heard here. Somebody said I couldn't be heard. If you're new to this, my gosh, I didn't know that I wasn't recording. Let me look at that really quick. Yeah, I think I can be heard. I don't know. Oh, no, it's not working. Great, great, great. All right, I'm going to end the stream. I can't figure out the sound thing. What the heck? Test, 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 test. I don't know, man. You guys can't hear me? I don't know. I think I can hear me. Seems like I can hear me. Sorry, guys. Just got in the zone there. All right, I'm going to take another look at what we're working with here. Turn the music down to this tab. Once I have guests on later, this will be a lot more fun. All right. We'll make sure that my audio is coming through. Test, test, test. Make sure that my audio is coming through. Yeah, I'm not muted, dude. All right. Somebody said I was muted on the stream. That's not true. Okay. Just quiet, probably. In the zone. Somebody logged in, wanted to know what rage coding is. This is rage coding. You're pissed off. You're pissed off because you got on here looking for some Axonar juiciness, but you found the Axonar behind the scenes and what takes to get some of these things done. I'm here being a civil servant for Axonar. We've got, let's see, what's Jim Bolton? I love you guys. Let's see, I love Axonar. But I have no clue what this is, what the muted guy is doing. Is this exciting? If so, can someone walk me through it? Yeah, what is rage coding? Lee, you're muted. Thank you for inviting me so I could be ignored and no question answered. Not very cool. Chill, bro. I didn't hear you. You'll be all right. We'll get through this together. Yeah, so Axonar is being worked on. You guys want to know everything about it? This is part of it. we're making the donor website. We are rebuilding it from scratch. You joined in here in a moment of silence. There's not a whole lot of people watching the stream. So Jim Bolton, I'm sorry if that aggravated you. Not much I can do about that. I got work to do. If you want to get upset about the work that's being done, that's fine. If you didn't understand what was going on, I apologize. Run the stream back to the beginning. There's rage coding is what I do. It's called vibe coding. It's what people do. It's what they use AI for. I'm using AI to rage code because it's not a vibe for me. I hate it. How about that? All right, these changes bring the product group component in line with HTML-based blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see. Yep, looks like they're working. We've got some products over here in our little featured product group. Let's see if some of the other components are working. Looks like it. Empty price tag, product card, out of stock, no image, loading. Okay. We're going to start getting more into the crowdfunding stuff now that we've got the cart kind of lined out. We can iterate on it a little bit later. We'll go ahead and do the crowdfunding. Here's what we got here so far. Under crowdfunding, we have the backers list where we can name backers by first name or whatever nickname. We're going to be introducing that. Campaign cards. So this would be like this campaign is not going to be called eco-friendly water bottle, obviously. It's going to be one of the campaigns that you donated to, like the prelude or the main campaign. And then we have, you know, the details. So you can look and see when you visit the new donor website. You'll be able to see how much was raised, how many backers, yada, yada, yada. Just like you would on like a normal Kickstarter, Indiegogo website. Campaign grid, that's just showing like multiple campaigns. So like you'd have prelude, then you might have the main feature and maybe the audio story, audiobooks, whatever is coming out. And then of course these are just like test components for use on the website to build it. So yeah, got all the basic components that we're building, and we will continue to iterate on these later. I do apologize for the dead air time, guys. This is the first time I've ever really live streamed, rage coded, so to speak. Probably a little dry at first. This one is the first one that I've done with successful audio. So that being said, appreciate everybody coming out, and just kind of wasn't a whole lot of people here yet. I'll get better at this as we go along. I'll probably schedule time with Alec to kind of cover some of the stuff that we've done here today and make these videos a little more interactive. So we want input from you guys, and like I said, Jim, sorry about that, buddy. We'll put you up there. What is rage coding? Yeah, we'll answer it for you. What is rage coding? It's just coding with anger, determination, and arguing with the AI along the way because it's stupid. It's really dumb. Sometimes it does things smarter than me, obviously, but if I'm the engineer and I'm the one driving this and it does things I don't expect, then it's stupid. And I don't want to be a part of that. No, I do want to be a part of that. That's why we call it rage coding. All these whiz-bang developers are out here starting with these, you know, React app builders, and they're going to town with it and thinking, oh, great, yeah, I'm a developer now. So if you don't have the fundamentals and you don't understand like basic object-oriented programming fundamentals and software development fundamentals, you'll be a rage coder for a long time. You'll be a junior coder for the rest of your life, no matter how much AI you use. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This will get going a little better. I'm usually going to do these on my personal stream. They won't mix over to Axonar often, but this week we are working on the Axonar donor website, so I wanted to share with the fans, and you guys can glean what you will with that. Alec and I have been busy behind the scenes, and we're really just trying to get motivated here to build something up for you guys that you'll be able to utilize. So bear with us. We're going to do this quite often. Yeah, that's about all I got on that. Gonna go ahead and close out to the thumbnail here and call it a day, guys. Thanks for coming to the stream. Sorry it was a little more boring than normal with a lot less content, but it is a live stream. This is not meant to be consumed as a short form video. Maybe I'll put out some clips and start, really showing off some new things once the website starts to come together. We'll be able to demo some things on these channels and you guys can see what's going on. So once again, thanks for following and have a good afternoon.